Check. Check. Mic check. 1, 2, check. 1, 2. Unique New York. Check. Mic check. Excessive mic checks out of the way, guys. It is time to say welcome and hello and hello and welcome and welcome and hello. You find yourself in the enviable position today of watching Poco Moss, the show where we bring you just a little bit more. Today, of course, if the day ends in a Y, I want to talk with you about Sofi Technologies Incorporated. Had a re-rate today from one of what I call the three amigos of FUD. No, it's not Dusty Bottoms, or it's not Ned Niederlander. It's Kevin Barker, of course, from Piper Sandler, and he's at 850 in a hold, and I'm not particularly mad at him. I mean, remember, guys, the stock was just down in the high sixes, so at that point, he had quite a bit of upside on the stock. Now he has 9% downside, but he, reaffirmed his hold rating at 850, and quite frankly, this guy, I've seen him, I've read his stuff. He's very intelligent and he's a good analyst. So, I'm not going to give him any silly nicknames. I'm not going to talk about his ears. Um, not going to talk about the fact that he looks like he's wearing a couple of caterpillars there above his eyes. Um, but anyway, what the hell are these guys talking about? Um, Something's blocking my chat. It's talking about how you can put people in timeout. Like, what in the God's name are these people talking about? In any case, guys, so Kevin Barker comes out, but that's a fair rating, and it just you consider the three amigos of FUD, who I consider to be this guy Michael Perito with KBW, um, and then the chipmunk Dominic Gabriel with Oppenheimer, and then you can kind of throw in some of these nameless, faceless analysts, such as this turd at UBS, whoever he might be. I think I don't even put the chia pet or the bologna sandwich five head in this because I think they're just laughable and I think they just trot themselves out there as cannon fodder, um, basically to get this number down. And they just put that number. They don't really do any math or provide any justification for the number. They just kind of make these really, pardon me, tap water. Pardon me, guys. I've been on the phone and just doing a lot of stupid stuff today. But I'm happy to be with you guys on a Friday. Welcome and hello and welcome to anybody who happens to be watching this broadcast. We are talking SoFi Technologies Incorporated, ticker symbol SOFI. Let me just get you guys some data um, before I run on at the mouth here. Um, Princess J, absolutely the best ever. She actually encouraged me to make this channel because I am a big chicken and I'm kind of a workaholic and I just never have any time. And I always kind of wanted to make one of these channels when I saw idiots and turds talking about stocks on here. I'm like, I would talk to her about like biotech stocks and just any penny stocks and just stuff. And she's like doing her own thing and reading or something. I'm just like, honey, have you heard about this stock? So she's like, oh my God, make your YouTube channel already. But what an amazing supportive partner Princess J is. Welcome and hello, Princess J. Thank you for tuning in. I love you so much, guys. The rest of you, oh, I'm fond of you. You're just the best. Turd Army. But anyway, guys, 52 million shares traded, which is an absolute sweet spot for bulls. Bears hate that number. They can't control the stock. I mean, look how hard the algo is working today, guys. Volume nice and flat. We don't even have a shallow bull pattern. There's no volume spike at the beginning of the day. There's very little volume spike even at the end of the day. This thing, they were just locked on tight, trying to get some print out of, I would assume, out of the 950 puts. I don't know what was even there at 950. Let's have a look-see live because, guys, obviously, as you know, as you can see, I do absolutely no thought or preparation for this broadcast. Actually, I did print out this piece of paper and I scribbled some notes on my whiteboard, so I'll be referring back to this. But guys, on the puts, looks like 950. Yeah, there was some action. They were still down. I mean, you don't make anything pushing the stock to 930. They didn't really have much time at 920. Um, and then, they were dead in the water at 9. couldn't get anywhere near those, and everything else had pretty much been closed out. On the call side, also big red day on the calls. But remember, guys, I mean, if you're like me, you sold your calls Thursday at like a 700% profit. Sold some on Wednesday at a 400% profit. So that's one piece of advice I was going to give you guys. I always tell you don't buy these weekly calls. And the reason I tell you that is because you have to understand the flow of the week and you have to time it and you have to get out of these and dump them on a bag holder. So if you're going to buy the weekly calls and play the volatility, sell either mid to late Wednesday or early on Thursday. Um, that's when the stock is going to see its high of the week. I I'm almost guarantee it, especially when it's volatile. That Friday, if you're still holding the options on Friday, you're the bag holder. You're the sucker. If you look around a poker table and you don't see the sucker within the first 5 minutes, I got news for you, hombre. You are the sucker. Okay. Let me get another sip of tap water, guys. Let's bring it down 1,000. I need everybody just to calm it down, settle down. Friday, I am actually down on my coffee. Only had 2 coffees today, guys. It's making me irritable. I can't think. I somehow slept a little bit better when I was drinking too much coffee. I don't know if that makes any sense. But I want to give you guys a check of the live short interest today. Almost nothing was covered, about 1 million shares. So returned 8 million. They returned a lot of shares early at 1.7 million, and then they borrowed them all back. And you can basically see that's the same way on the chart. They're returning and they're borrowing back. So the borrowing directly controlled the price action. When you're talking about 7 million shares down and then 7 million shares back up, and you only have volume of 52 million, that's 14 million in and out. So that's really going to control a lot of the price action. Now, why do I say this is bullish, guys? Well, the reason is this. If you look at this candle, first, people are talking about the gap. I mean, I don't really believe in that. This is just charting. This is just people buying and selling shares. All those averages and things you can pull down, those, auto graphs and stuff, they really, if you've seen enough of this, it really doesn't mean anything. This stock can just keep going up past 10. And I frankly don't think, if you notice this candle, it didn't even touch the gap. Okay, the price action on Thursday in this green candle fully engulfs the entirety of the price action of this red candle. So the way I look at this is the bulls are in charge. The bull is a lion eating a gazelle carcass, and there's a bunch of starving hyenas like just sitting around making those hyena sound. They're freaking starving. They just want to hang out there. But there's like a couple male lions there, and they can just crush the hyena's skull anytime they want. Those are the bulls. Now, of course, the bears are the weaselly little bottom-feeding turd hyenas with those weird, ugly scrunch face and those crazy googly eyes, just scary alien-looking motherfuckers. But they have to wait until the lion is done eating, and then once the lion's completely gorged itself, can't eat anymore, wants to just lay on its side in the sun, these are the scraps that are left over, and that's basically what the bears picked up today. They're like, oh yay, we killed the 950 calls. Good for you. You were trying to push this thing down to $6 for the short attack. Have you guys tried this pepino limon lime cucumber Gatorade? I had to play tennis this morning in just a bright summer-like sun, and it almost killed me. My cousin absolutely crushed me. He's about half my age and about 4 times as fast as me. Oh, it was a good beating. Um, anyway, guys, so the chart is extremely bullish in my estimation. I think you have to start with a baseline of about 825 because I think everything below that was basically shorting. The borrowing went from 90 million to 160 million. So just during that couple of weeks, there was an additional 70 million shares borrowed. And that borrowing and the tight control of the volume accounted for all the price action. Now you have volume coming in, you have institutions coming in. But the point I wanted to get back to, guys, and welcome and hello. Welcome and hello and hello and welcome to my new viewers. The point I wanted to make about the three amigos of FUD, from Piper Sandler. Who are these other turds? Oppenheimer, and then you got KBW, but there's other turds in the mix. Like I said, UBS. Yes, I do. So there was just a couple other turds in there. I forget who, but I don't think they're listed here. They're the lesser known turds, but their calls are based upon the price action. Like anytime the SoFi stock is rallying, these three turds come out and they're like, "We gotta pump the brakes." Like, so they don't come out and make fundamental calls and say, "Hey, this." They claim, they say, "Oh, the stock's undervalued, and if we're putting a value of 7 and it's like 680, we're saying, oh, buy, buy." But realistically, they tailor their price to say the stock is a bit overvalued, generally at all times. That's why I call them the three amigos of FUD. Like their calls, what they put out, and the timing of it is in response to the price action. It's not in response to the fundamentals of what the company's doing. A lot of these turds don't even report around the ER. This guy comes out and makes a rating just because the stock's moving up. I mean, where was he when the stock's getting attacked constantly for the last 2 years? You know, playing Call of Duty with Sam Bankman-Fried, some of those crypto kids, some of the Lambros, some of you movers and shakers, you engineers, executives. Um, Another thing, guys, I have notes here. I know I'm all over the place on a Friday, but just a couple of things you may have noticed. There has been absolutely no covering this week. Still about 143, depending on how data is going to come in, could be 144 million shares short. So I don't know, guys. We've got 2 weeks left in the quarter. We've got about 6 weeks left to the ER. Things are going to go pretty much dead between Christmas and New Year. I mean, there's not that much trading left. And once the quarter's over, it's done. We know the number. I mean, if there was some disaster, management's going to warn. They're not going to leave Tony Noto out there naked with just his windbreaker and his great hair and his command of numbers and his incredible resume and his intellect and his good looks and his insights and his ability to build a winning team, his Army Ranger training background, his All-American, the fact that he was the top of his class in mechanical engineering at the United States Military Academy. No, he's not going to fall back on those laurels, on those accolades. That's not the kind of man he is. He's going to come out and he's going to deliver again this quarter because Tony Notes knows it's what have you done for me lately. That's all the market cares about. And Anthony Noto knows better than anyone. SoFi gets punished for turning in great ERs. Triple beat? Oh, that's great. Boom. F you. Pay me. You guys raised EBITDA guidance by $100 million? That's incredible. Boom. F the SoFi stock. We're going to hit them. Oh, I hate these guys. My back hurts so bad. I was trying to crank up some of my like 120 mile an hour serves to try to put my young, superiorly skilled and visioned cousin back on his heels. But I just ended up like throwing out my lower back and still losing badly. So it was all for naught, guys. It was like this whole short attack. Like me trying to win that tennis match this morning was like the shorts trying to attack the SoFi stock after a triple beat ER from 720 to 740 and just getting their hats handed to them. How does it feel to eat your hat? That's a chia flavored hat. It's made out of pure chia. Gams here. Um, I am going to. Could you please up another stock? Sure. Yeah, I can look at another stock for you on Ortex. I do look at many stocks. I do talk about the SoFi stock. People are like, well, why do you? What do you? It's kind of how YouTube works, guys. You try to build an audience. You get known as like one thing, and people are like, oh, you get information on SoFi, and there seems to be a lot of people interested in a stock. I mean, that's why I like to talk about SoFi. It's like you guys are interesting weirdos, and you like to talk about SoFi. Like, why don't you do 10x videos? Because nobody watches them. Nobody gives a flying fuck. Nobody's here. JRP, hey, what's up? Danny in the Turd Army. How you doing, JRP? Hope it's a good one. The whole Turd Army salutes you right back, sir. Turds, we're all turds, that's for sure. Not a lurker's here. Princess J is here. Or she was. Welcome and hello, Princess J. Love you. They killed the 9 calls, so they're still. They did not really kill the 9 calls, C-Bar, because anybody with a brain, like I said, rolled out of that shit late Wednesday or early Thursday. That's when you sell calls. Can you not look at a weekly chart and figure out that it follows almost exact patterns? You freaking idiots. Um, yeah, the singing bush was funny, Chris. I agree. Sensei Seagal is here. Sensei Seagal, he runs in a very odd pattern. His hands making these sort of flat windmill, like he's trying to do karate. It's like Mac and like It's Always Sunny. He's like, if you want karate, take one karate lesson already. Okay. He's like, I could have done a spinning back. He's like, what was required here was a front flip. I was going to do a back. Like, just flip then. Flip in your life. Like, take one karate lesson. Funny stuff, Mac and Charlie. Who else is here? The Three Amigos reference. They're effed. I agree. Sean Donovan retracted the message. What a gentleman. Thank you, Sean. I'm sure it was brilliant, but profane. Hey, Beach Boy. You guys are talking to each other. It confuses me. Hybrid Duncan was on autopilot, arm folding. What's up, Bobby Joe? What's up, Bobby Joe? Thomas Puzak, may the man his money. Oh yeah, that's good. Play that man his money. He's like, excuse me, is that a Russian accent you're doing there, KGB? Can't quite figure it out. It's like, and where are you from, young Michael? Your accent is no better. It's like, we're both being paid good money for this job. He's like, see, the thing you can never figure out is why people are named Arizona Slim Dandy. Or like, I think that movie, I love Rounders, by the way, but it would have been much better with like just Matthew McConaughey and just sort of philosophical rants and like ripped abs. So instead of Matt Damon, just like the gritty kid, it's just McConaughey and just flowing curly hair. Just a totally different movie. It's like, after this, like, we're going to go pick up some girls. Like, me and you, KGB, is like, okay. It's like, I don't know. It's very patchy accents in that film, but I digress, guys. I'm very sorry. So just to give you guys the old 2 cent whip around, no covering. There is no negative catalyst that I can see. The big stuff was the Fed and inflation. Okay, yes, if some big hot war breaks out, but even though Putin's saying no peace and you have a lot of stuff still going on with Israel, Gaza, and you have problems in the South China Sea, I really, really feel like the US, the Chinese, even the Saudis, some of these people are starting to realize it would be best if the whole world did not get out of hand and things did not turn into just an eternal shitfest, you know, sort of proxy World War III kind of. I think people are sort of getting their head around this thing, that just having these hot wars around the world is not a good thing. It's been horrible, horrible, horrible for Russia, obviously horrible for Ukraine, all the lives lost. Um, but I mean, Russia, the conscripts and stuff probably lost far more lives than anybody. I mean, they're just getting killed. Whole just sent in and like, waves with no plan, just getting slaughtered. But I guess, both sides are running out of ammunition. It's a horrible situation. But my point is, guys, there's no big negative catalyst that's foreseeable in the next 2 weeks. The markets are rallying. The economy looks good. Consumer spending is strong. I remember Black Friday was a record. The holiday is going to be good. That's going to mean a lot of people borrowing, spending. Institutions are buying in. And this is what's very important when you think about how did the stock go up. If we look at the 1 week, how did the stock go up from 789 all the way up to, I don't know, what is that? What is this level up here? Can't quite get a reading on my dashboard compass. All the way to around 982, and basically no shorts covered. Everybody thought this was a short squeeze. This was not a short squeeze, guys. Remember, there was so much cash and so much institutional money just sitting on the sidelines waiting there. Why not put the money in a bond fund? You can get like 6% in some of these bond funds. They're like, I'm going to park the money there. There's so much economic uncertainty. Why buy a stock like SoFi when interest rates could be high for the next couple of years and the stock will be churning along in the sixes and sevens? All of a sudden, Fed Jerome Powell, FJP, comes out and says, woo, Let's get the party started. And he's making a not so subtle signal to those market makers. He's saying, buy SoFi, buy SoFi, buy SoFi, buy SoFi. And they're like, Chairman Powell, you can't say that. And he's like, wait. Correction, retraction. I mean, there could be 3 interest rate cuts SoFi over the next over the next year. Anyway, guys, Bobby Joe, what's up? Got me totally off. Thomas Puzak got me totally off track with that KGB reference. Um, anyway, what stock do you want to hear about, Gam Gam? Turds, Pedro Oliver, first time in the live stream. Welcome, Pedro. Hello and welcome, and hello. Flint Creek, hey guys, it's Un Poco Moss. I try to give you a little bit more here. Today I'm losing my voice. I'm going to drink the rest of this Pipino Limon Gatorade, which is just delightful. I'm trying to replenish the electrolytes after that sun-filled tennis beating I took earlier. You'll be able to see I got a little bit too much sun. My sunscreen, of course, being a fat man, I started sweating immediately. Sunscreen ran into my eyes. Couldn't see, staring into the sun. Oh, it was a nightmare. And then I also wanted to talk about, by the way, everybody who's here, welcome and hello. Flint Creek, Say Gig. Do you think this will be? Yes, there will be, Say Gig. That's not an unfair question at all. I'm willing to give any prediction, be right or wrong. I don't give a flying fuck. Like, oh, you were wrong. Like, yeah, I know. I'm wrong some of the time. I'm guessing. I'm talking out of my ass. What are you going to do? Yeah, the Red Sea, there's a big mess there. I agree. And then there's the Somali pirates. There's the Hutus shooting off drones all the time where, our troops are shooting those things down. A very, very unstable situation in that part of the world. But I think, again, the major world powers see that it's in everyone's best interest to contain and stop these conflicts. I mean, it's not good. I mean, all of it comes down to a bunch of religious wackos, like wanting to kill their, enemies and people from thousands of years ago. It's just not good, guys. I mean, it's horrible. Anyway, guys, I don't really want to get into like a whole political, religious diatribe because it will be incoherent and stupid. Can I be Prince B? Turding all over the dreads, turds, all of you. We're all turds, Air Force. The only thing that could bite us, broader market. Yeah, I mean, if you did take profits, I can't blame anybody. Maybe you sold up near the $10 mark. Yeah, it'll raise shipping costs, but I mean, how much is that really going to affect SoFi? Hello and welcome, Pete. Fireman Pete back home after another hard-fought vacation down in the Costa Rica area, I believe. Welcome back, Pete. Hope to be back at the firehouse eating a nice thick steak. I'm saving some lives. Hybrid Duncan. Hey Danny, could you ever cover AI? Yes, I could if I wanted to, and if I have time, I will look at infants. Um. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, if you ask me a question, I'm gonna give you a snap answer. I don't care. Not a lurker, can't help Flint. Home and thank you. You're welcome, Pete. Hope you had a good one, brother. Home safely. I'm here. Pedro Oliver's here, guys. Welcome and hello and welcome. Basically, what else do I want to cover? Not really that much. Like, institutions are buying in, but here's the point on student loans, guys. I mean, it was like, well, that's not that great. It's not that great a segment. You don't make a ton of money on student loans, and that's true. But remember what SoFi's business is based on. It's this flywheel strategy. It's bringing in customers for life. I don't know what this all these filings are. These guys are probably dumping shares. If I know SoFi, if I know this Chad Borton turd, he's probably dumping shares. If I know Jeremy Rochelle, he's definitely dumping shares. Oh, I hate this CTO. The SoFi trading was down again Thursday morning. I wanted to dump my options. I was up 900%. So again, Anthony Noto, you owe me money. Like Apex Clearing, you owe me money. And I read Apex Clearing is going to file for an IPO. Apex Clearing can't even stay running. I mean, that's why I trade with real banks like JP Morgan. Like they work. They may not be flashy, but call that shit on the phone. They're there. Some of these SoFi guys, I don't know. Vesting. What is this? Oh, this isn't a sale? Oh no, I think this is just a vesting. So he got another 115. Oh no, he did sell. Securities sold. No, this is his other sale. So yeah, 915. So this is an additional sell. It's just more stock-based compensation. More stock-based compensation. And then approximate date. So yeah, he's selling another 115,000 units. I hate this guy, but they're all selling. And this is what happens when the stock spikes. I know people are going to freak out. They're going to go, "Oh my god!" But guys, I mean, they've seen the stock go to 4, and go to the 4s repeatedly. And so when the stock goes to almost 10, frankly, I don't blame them for selling some shares. I know that might make a lot of us angry for no real reason, and you might take it personally. But I don't hate this guy for selling shares. I hate this guy because I keep hearing about how SoFi is the most innovative company. They have the best technology, and I just don't see it implemented. And I know things take time, but you know, at least on an app, give me an explanation when things go dead. Because if you're gonna have an options platform, you got to keep that shit running. It's not good enough just, oh, it's just down for an hour. We don't have any reason. We don't have any time. We're just going to give you a photo of some Christmas gifts here instead of your account and just not have any notice on the app as to what's happening and when you can expect to be back up. And then we have a 27-minute hold time. So here's the thing, guys. If you're going to have an unreliable trading platform, SoFi, and it's not horrible, and I know all trading platforms go down and all websites and all apps go down from time to time. I'm not saying that's unique to SoFi. But you got to staff up. You got to staff up the phones. You either got to staff up or you got to have redundancy. Some of us have, not all of us are these penny any ETF guys. I mean, SoFi is not one of my major accounts, but I still got a few hundred G's over there, people. I have a bunch of options over there. I'm up 900%. I want to dump these on some of my viewers. Some of the Turd Army wants to buy these options that I just made 900% on because, a lot of you guys are weak and dumb. And I can't do it because the app's crashed. And I did end up, holding just a bit once the app came back up, and I traded, was able, like I said, able to sell them at the high of the day after that. But it just, my mind is conspiratorial, folks. And that's just how my brain works. Like, sorry, I apologize. But when Apex shuts down trading, when some of these stocks are just going insane at the highs, and a lot of retail owns these call options, and they're up 1,000%, and the trading goes dead for that hour, my conspiratorial mind wants to ask questions. It wants the FBI to come in and look at their apps and their messages that can't be read, their encrypted stuff. I mean, again, I'm not saying that it's a conspiracy. Things do crash. But and it might have been that it just got too busy because there was just too many people online with the spike. And that's quite possible. But again, if you're going to run this business, you have a duty to keep it up to date and make sure that it works. And it's not good enough, SoFi. Last time SoFi's trading was down for an entire day. Same thing happened. Maybe it was Apex. Maybe it was the clearinghouse. Maybe it's not their fault, but they provide no explanation, provide no updates. CTO Jeremy Rochelle, again, selling shares, always selling shares, but, where is he when the stock's down? And then this guy, is this the turd from Galileo? How many shares is this turd selling? Let's see. Fidelity dumping this garbage. So he sold 48,000 shares, $500,000. Okay. You know, I think this is Derek White. Maybe I'm wrong. I think he's the guy who runs Galileo. I might have that mixed up. But in any case, guys, so they're dumping more shares. And, again, that's, I think, fairly to be expected. The stock just doubled. So I don't think it's a huge deal. But probably, watch the headlines and watch the FUD spreaders. They'll have a field day with it. And so, oh my God, oh my God. But, guys, facts are stubborn things. And the fact is, Max Payne was 750 and the stock closed at 935. So if you know something about the market and you've been around the block for more than 5 minutes, you know what that means. When Max Payne is 750 and the stock's closing at $9.35, like you have bears getting absolutely filleted, and that's what happened. But I wanted to get back to my point. Why are student loans so important to the business model? Look back at the last ER. The student loan borrowers had credit of 785. And these all their student loan people with these big balances, they're doctors, they're lawyers, they're business owners, they're young, they're customers you want for life. As they get out from under the student loan, they're going to make more and more money their entire life. It's going to be home loans, going to be car loans, going to be credit cards, and as SoFi ads, we're going to go to their business, do their business banking, business lending, retirement, benefits, bing, bang, boom. Bing, bang, boom, Tony notes. What's up, Roland Dubs? How you doing? Flint Creek, what's up? Keegan Mullins, 80-year-old dad watching this channel. He texted me and said, our friend Daddy's live. What's up, Mr. Mullins? Hope you're doing well. Peace, brother. National Media VP of the Turd Army. Not a lurker is VP of my entire operation. Respect his authority. Gam Gam is here. Gam Gam. Gamita? You want me to pump Gamita? Is that what you're saying? JJ Omega. Hello and welcome, welcome and hello. What's up, JJ Omega? Not a lurker, Poco Moss, Flint Creek. Yeah, I mean, his dad has great taste. What's up? I mean, Mr. Mullins, Keegan Mullins Sr., or whoever he is, welcome and hello, sir. Hello and welcome. Welcome and hello to Mr. Mullins, man who's had the fortitude to live on this beautiful rock for 80 years. I think we all owe him a tip of the cap, and we say, good day to you, sir. Good day, Mr. Mullins. I appreciate your viewership, and I hope you have a wonderful night and a wonderful weekend, sir. And also, Keegan Mullins, thank you for referring your father. We appreciate every single viewer. It's Freddie Lafitte and his band with the beat. Necesito un poco más. I told someone if the stock closed above 9, I said it would. I would sing this Dan Band song, Totally Clips of the Heart, which I used to do live from time to time. But I don't think I'm going to do it because my voice is ready to give out. Plus, I need more tap water. Plus, I'm going to stop this stupid live stream pretty soon because I didn't really have much to say in the first place. But guys, so SoFi insider selling. It is what it is, guys. I don't like it, but I'm just trying to bring you accurate information. So that's what it is. Guys, volume was down in the 20s, 70, 92, unsustainable, but then it didn't fall back to the 20s, even 30s. 52 million shares. Very, very nice. The algo had to work really hard. The hump didn't work. The sell-off didn't work. I think they wanted to trade it down and churn it. Just didn't work. There's new money coming into the stock, guys. Remember, the whole run up there, that whole $2, the shorts didn't cover anything. Nothing. 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 You got nothing. That's just the way it is. I mean, people are going to go, oh, that was a short squeeze. That was not a short squeeze. That was institutions coming off the sidelines and just buying the hell out of the stock. Look at the short, guys. Friday, they're saying 14.71. By Tuesday, it's 15.5. So that's what it is, guys. It's up. This is the highest short interest has been. This is actually higher than it was right back here on June 28th. This is the highest short interest has been in over a year. I mean, this is extraordinary, folks. I mean, let's channel our Jerry Seinfeld. Oh, I can't believe. Who are these people? Who are these people that are shorting this stock? I mean, come on. And have you flown the airlines? I mean, those overhead bins, they're packed. How can I do this bet? How did I make $2 billion? What the fuck is going on here? My Stockfeld impression. Insiders need money for Chris. Absolutely, Joy Luna. They need money to buy houses. They need money to buy diamonds. They need money to buy neckties and glasses. Yes, that is exactly what it means, Pete. And they have very little amount of time to do that. Heavy institutional buying today. Absolutely. That's why you see the algorithm is so flat and they couldn't push the price down. They wanted to at least stop people out at 9. The best they could do was 9.15. Weak sauce turds. Chia Pet's kids. Dude, I bet the Chia Pet makes a ton of. The funny thing is, guys, I know I rail on like the Chia Pet, but these analysts, sometimes their job is to be turds. So I don't want to like demonize these guys too much. Like, they have freedom of speech. They can say whatever they want. It's up to you to take advantage and not be influenced by the bullshit. So I don't like it. I don't like dishonest crap, and I don't like people that take advantage of by it, but it is what it is. It's never going to stop, guys. It's been a part of the markets. Yep. That's exactly what they're betting on, Air Force. They're betting on a wing and a prayer, hopium. Yep, horseshit and deception. I agree, Dale P. 2024 should be the year, and then 2025, I think we just explode. 2024, solid. 2025, to the moon, Alice. Nicholas Jungworth, crying. Joy Luna. I think they have to, Joy Luna, but I tend to be wrong more than I'm right. So, open stock. Yeah, I'll check it for you there, Gam Gam. What the hell is open? No, I know what it is. Where the hell? I'm trying to find the goddamn website and I'm already on it. That's how good my brain works. Oh, open door, yeah. What do you want to know, Gam Gam? Okay, guys, obviously this live stream is kind of derailing, but I just wanted to communicate on the week for SoFi. Things were very, very, very solid. It wasn't just the fact that the price exploded on the CPI and, obviously Fed Powell's remarks. We knew the explosion was going to happen. I knew it's like 825 was just the base to take off. Everything below that 680 was fugazi, it was fake. None of you were selling and there's millions of you across the country. So I know how to take the temperature of the nation because I have turds right in front of me. I hear you guys. You guys are like all the people that buy SoFi. I have a SoFi focus group right in my head, living rent free. I don't need all this media. I don't need all this stuff. I know what the chart is doing. I know what the stock is doing. We're still undervalued by about $1.50. And the stock's going to go up past 1375 at net profit because the growth is outstanding. The writing is on the wall. No other bank is growing like this. No other bank is growing deposits. We're going to be at 20 billion in deposits very, very soon. We were just at zero a couple of years ago. Okay, it's called execution. It's called a great business model plus great execution. That equals reward the shareholder. Pay that man his money, as what's his name said earlier. What's up, Gam Gam? Let's see. No, I didn't rant yet. I can't rant. I don't have a voice. I gotta go play again. It's always cool. After hours volume. Where do I even see that? I usually just look at that on NASDAQ. Is that okay? Yeah, that's up here. After hours. God, if you can see it. It's up there. 404 minus 11%. I guess, did they have earnings? Open doors, Eric Woo, Bars, 8K, management change, FinTech IPO. Give you the short interest if you want to see that, Gam Gam. Short score, just basically it's lower than SoFi, so it's not that high. Utilization 15%, but it's not low. And the short has been increasing. So they returned shares today. They borrowed shares yesterday. If you want to see, have institutions been buying and selling this turd? Last reported. So you're going to see. Sorry, guys. I know maybe not everybody's interested in Open Door, but when Gam Gam asks, I listen. Mostly buys. First Trust Advisors sold, but mostly institutions have been really buying the hell out of the stock. There's Vanguard. So you probably can't do all that poorly when institutions, smart money is buying in. The trend is your friend, looking pretty good. See, I don't know that much about Open Door. I'd be curious about it. Looks, I don't know. I don't know that much about this stock, guys. It's really hard to just look and, see what something is doing, but it's basically did what everything did. It just gapped up. It's pushing near like the high, so I wouldn't necessarily rush into this one. Say I wouldn't necessarily rush into SoFi at this level. Yes, I think it's undervalued, but these shorts have a way of being sneaky, and FUD has a way of creeping up on you. So don't kid yourself, guys, that the SoFi stock or any other stock is never going to give you another pullback. That's what people were saying about Tesla. I was going through 300, I sold. I was like, you're crazy, man. I'm like, yeah, I just bought back at like 120. No pullback, huh? And then it just went up 250. I doubled my money again. And these turds gonna tell me my business? Fuck you guys. Anyway, that's Open Door. I don't know anything about it. Gam Gam, if you want to know about it, ask Gam Gam. Seems to be the expert. Um, Gam Gam, my advice, look at the NASDAQ website and it gives you incredible after hours stuff. It gives you the actual live trades, gives you the volume, gives you all kinds of data. I don't have the inclination to pull it up right this second. Um, yeah, absolutely, Air Force. I agree with you. Intelligent comment. Intelligent, a lot of intelligence there with Air Force. After hours volume of 36 million. Wow. It's a lot of volume. $5 stock. Especially on a Friday. Most people have gone home, so it's probably retarders. Jesus Valenzuela, what's your expectation, Neo, in 2024? I think Neo's going to explode in 2024. Off topic again, guys, but again, I'm losing my voice. I don't think anybody's left watching. So, guys, un poco más. For those of you who left, have to go soon. I really appreciate you guys watching. Hope you have a great night, great weekend. Just kind of answering some comments here about random stocks. If you have any questions about SoFi, anything else, if you just want to make a comment. You guys, again, probably most of you know more than I do. So, fire away. Yep, I'm ready to buy more. I'm just not ready to buy at this level. I just put everything in at like 5. So, my expectation with Neo probably will close. I have no idea what's going to happen in the global economy, but if there's not war in China, Taiwan, if everything kind of maintains stability as we know it now, and they do cut interest rates and the world economy sort of swings back up and doesn't go into a deep recession, I think Europe might be in trouble, but I don't think Neo's that reliant on Europe. They're really reliant on battery swap in China. I think the stock price, honest to God, is going to end above $20 next year. I think we're looking at a 3x. I think this stock has been even further depressed than SoFi. I think battery swap is going to be incredibly important and is just totally overlooked and not seen right now. So that's my opinion. I think Neo is completely oversold to an absurd degree. Um, I think the market cap of the company is like $15 billion, and they put out thousands of battery swap stations. They're basically covering all of China. And the government's endorsing it. The government's behind them all the way. I just think it's a really good stock. And I think it's really undervalued. I think Bob is frankly undervalued. I think people, everybody's saying China's uninvestable because they're communist and, it's a repressive government. I'm like, and then the same people are telling you to buy new and stuff. It's Latin America. You think that's stable compared to China? You guys don't know, people talk, but they don't know much about the world. China has the same government. They're going to have the same government, for better or for worse. Like Latin America, you have no idea what the fuck's going to happen regulatory wise. I mean, China's building their power is based on democracy. Not democracy, but capitalism. So they're trying to do capitalism without the democracy, but they're not, you know, information comes in for better or for worse. And I feel like Chinese companies are a lot more stable than Latin American companies. I think Mexico is pretty stable, honestly, even with all the narco trade. I think the government is fairly stable. But South America, I think it's, you saw what happened in Argentina. They're basically talking about giving everybody a haircut on the currency. I mean, I don't know, guys. I'd rather invest in China than Latin America, but that's just me. Have a great weekend, Cleon. Thanks a lot. Thank you for the decompression. Thank you, Nautilurker. You are my favorite whatever analyst. Thanks, Dale P. I get it from Ortex. I also look at Finviz and a couple other sites. I can't put those on my videos. Ortex has been pretty cool. I pay full price for Ortex. I don't like feature it full time and just make videos about Ortex, but because I do pay for it and I do really endorse it and I don't get anything, I think they're cool. But some of these other companies are very, very touchy about putting their stuff online. So I subscribe to quite a number of sites, guys. I spend thousands of dollars on data so that when I say something, if it's kind of wrong or I'm seeing conflicting data, I'll definitely let you know that. Yes, I know telehealth. I know Teladoc. Teladoc might be a good buy. As Kathy Wood was buying it at like 10 times this price, or not that much, but, um, Thanks, not a lurker. Good seeing, hearing you on future investing last night. Yeah, I think I don't know. I don't want to make any predictions, but you might see me with Tanner very, very soon. We'll see. He's been in touch. I've been in touch. I love Tanner. I love future investing. It was one of the main people that inspired me to do a YouTube channel here. So just really enjoy his content. I mean, that guy does so much work. His, you guys have no idea what goes into those graphs. I mean, it's just like it is a tremendous amount of work. And the data he compiles and the information he conveys, I mean, I love YouTube for that reason. I mean, you can get stuff that is so much more valuable than what you see on TV, what you get in the financial media that's so biased, I think just designed to part retarders with their money. When you find one of these resources, especially in the fintech space, which I believe could be one of the best growth sectors over the next decade, it's really invaluable. So yeah, hope to see Tanner soon. I will, even if I'm not on his channel, I will definitely be still be watching all his videos whenever I can. Anyway, guys, sold all my new bank, put it in SoFi. Yeah, I hope you timed that well, Nicholas. Get some sleep. Good night, Dale P. China is in trouble 10 years population wise, but yeah, I don't I don't plan to hold Neo for 10 years. I think the importance of battery swap will be recognized as more and more partners come in. They already got two big partners. They control the standard. They're going to control the money. I think somebody might actually buy them out for 4 to 5 times this multiple. It just would really make sense for somebody like BYD or I don't know, even somebody like VW, or I don't think they'd let them go to a foreign brand. But I mean, they're even coming in like the official cars of the Olympics, official car, Communist Party, police departments, executives, government agencies. So they're prestige domestic nameplate. And that's what China won. They're also going to control the worldwide standard for battery swap. I mean, they're pushing into Europe. They own China. Those are the two big markets for EV. I mean, EV is really having trouble in the United States outside of Tesla. So, I mean, Tesla's letting Ford and others on board with their charging network, which I think is a great thing. Um, Yo, what's up, Jesus? He agrees, hoping for a strong. Yeah, I agree too. I mean, I like to see peace in the world, and I know people are like, oh my God, it's Chinese. Like, I don't agree with everything the Chinese government does for damn sure. But do I think cutting off foreign investment in the forms of my dollars, cutting off outside investment, outside engagement helps the people in China be more free? Absolutely not. I think it's totally stupid. I think it's a reactionary, counterproductive, counterintuitive argument. The only thing we can engage with through China is economically. I mean, militarily, we're at loggerheads, civil rights, loggerheads, human rights, loggerheads. But the engagement happens one way or another. We engage through sport, we engage through art, we engage through the economy, we engage through trade. And, this is how we live in peace. This is how we understand each other. It's certainly not perfect. But if you think just going, oh, fuck China, I hate China, you're kidding yourself. Where do you think your iPhone is made? Where do you think your car is made? Where do you think the parts that go into your GM truck, your Chevy Tahoe is made? Don't kid yourself, guys. This is a global economy. It's a global world. And I live in that reality. I do choose not to buy, cigarette stocks and different things like that. I don't hate anybody who does. I mean, people are adults. People should be able to do what they want. I'm not trying to make like moral judgments on people, but if you just think it's just like some kind of morally wrong, insane, anti-American thing to invest in companies that are based in China, you're nuts. Tesla's just talking about its third phase expansion in Shanghai. Elon Musk teabags the Chinese Communist Party leaders. Give me a fucking break. Live in the real world, guys. Grow the fuck up. But no, I do agree with Dale P. They have a population bomb and they went sort of too far the other way. Um, yeah, let's talk about some other stocks, Rolling Dubs. Let's talk about some up and comers. Obviously, SoFi just doubled. SoFi made a big run. I think it has more to go. Other people want to rotate out. No hate here, man. I think SoFi still has plenty of room to go. I wouldn't say. I think you could sell next year for like 15, but that's just me. Um, So I don't know that there's another place you're going to get that really good shot at like 50% increase in the next year. Of course there are, but I just like talking SoFi, SoFi, ticker symbol SOFI. Poco, Moss. Guys, I'm totally running out of steam here. This live stream has nowhere to go, nothing to do, no place to do it. All dressed up, nowhere to go. Turd in the punch bowl. U.S. and China big trade partners. Absolutely everything we get here in the United States, made in China. The parts are made in China. Maybe it's assembled here. A lot of this stuff, they get European automobiles. They get different stuff from America. It's just, money's money, and these things flow back and forth. And, the Communist Party is going to do what it's going to do, but engagement on the economy only helps open up China. It doesn't do the opposite. It doesn't just feed the Communist Party. Without the money, without the engagement, they'd be even more hardened. They'd be even more closed off. Look a lot more like North Korea. Yeah, I agree, Dale P. I'm not for like wide open immigration, just completely wide open, but I just think we have to acknowledge the reality. It's like, people move around just like goods. I mean, there's flows of people, there's flows of immigrants, different motivations, different things happening. I think it has to be managed responsibly. I mean, I think we have to watch out again for, you know, crime, terrorism, drugs, all these things, but I'm pretty libertarian on drug policy. Like, I don't believe in like fentanyl, meth, crack. All should be legal, but I think the war on drugs just been an abysmal failure. Treatment models like they had in Portugal, everybody thought that was the panacea for a while. Couple decades later, it doesn't look so great. It's a bunch of heroin addicts passed out in the front of all the shops and apartments. It's no panacea there either. So I don't know, guys, like drug addiction, all this stuff, drug trafficking, narco trafficking. These issues are not easily solved. There's a reason, they've been back since Reagan, they've been trying to craft a solution to this for the last 50 years. And, it's even sort of started in the Vietnam War at the heroin. There's no good solution because people in Europe and America and other big cities want to keep consuming narcotics. I mean, and as long as there's a demand, there's going to be a supply. So I feel like we should put resources toward problems that we can actually solve. And, at least in the United States, like demand for drugs does not seem to be going to zero. So there's always going to be somebody in there to fill that gap. But anyway, guys, thanks, Flint Creek. I'm out of here anyway, buddy. Have a great night. Good night, Flint. Everybody loves Flint, apparently. War on drugs kept scientists, researching marijuana, researching, solving AIDS. Imagine all of the resources we could have put into education, to fixing our infrastructure, to making sure kids in big cities weren't drinking lead, to improving our schools. Like, dude, the war on drugs and our massive, massive incarceration rate, it just hasn't been that effective. I don't know, guys. Not saying I know the answer, but just saying what we've been doing as a society hasn't exactly been working out swimmingly. Just been sort of drifting further apart, and people getting more isolated, people getting more angry. Your only friend is your cell phone. You're a fat, pasty turd. You're a horrible analyst who doesn't want to do any math and give realistic projections. So you just have a bitter hatred for the Sofi stock based upon some long ago scorned love interest. Some beautiful young analyst wouldn't give you the time of day, so you spend the rest of your life in a vendetta against the Sofi stock because you have a tiny wiener. I don't know, guys. The mind, it wanders. Anyway, guys, that's all I've got. I'm completely fucking exhausted. Hope you guys have a great weekend. If I do a video with Tanner, that'll be amazing. I'm sure he'll publicize the hell out of a DannyDealz appearance. It's not like I'm Steve Areno or one of the big shots. Just a little humble turd. But I hope you guys have a great night. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Remember, SoFi, 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 bitches. Peace. I'm out.